Trump or Clinton is your choice, but if you don't register to vote, you won't have the option to choose. In this election year, many people are passionate about who will be the president and where this country is headed. If you feel that one of the candidates support your ideals, it is your duty to go out and vote for them. As a young person during this election year, I have listened to both sides and plan on making an informed decision this November. People don't vote for several reasons. However, there are many benefits to voting that must be addressed. Voting is the right of every citizen that allows their voice to be heard in government. We need people to take responsibility and do their civic duty by voting during election times. People don't vote because they don't think their vote counts. They say they don't have enough knowledge at the issues at hand to make an informed decision. And they also say that they're too busy. However, many people are just apathetic. When people do not vote, they are not using their voice in government. This is a problem because in the past, many people wanted to vote and couldn't because of their gender, age, and race. I'm going to expand on this a little bit more. The 15th Amendment was enacted in 1870 and gave African Americans the right to vote. However, there were still many discriminatory acts, such as literacy tests and poll taxes, that stopped African Americans from voting. In 1965, President Lyndon Johnson signed the Voting Rights Act, which outlawed these discriminatory acts. Women gained the right to vote in the 1920 after the 19th Amendment was ratified. The origins of women's suffrage began in Seneca Falls, New York in the year of 1848. Women's rights activists formed organizations and lobbied the government to raise awareness of their cause. They finally achieved their goal when the 19th Amendment was ratified. Originally, the voting age was 21. It wasn't until 1971 that the 26th Amendment was passed. Young activists led a campaign that stated if they were old enough to fight in wars, they were old enough to vote. That is when President Nixon signed this bill into law. This is a great example of what happens when young people use their voice in government and work together. We need to honor what they fought for and take time out of our day and vote. We need a leader that represents us. Voting gives someone the opportunity to elect a leader that represents them and their ideals. Many adults think the young people are apathetic about voting and government in general. However, by voting, you're proving them wrong by showing that you are informed and want to make an impact in the country that we live in. If we don't go out and vote, nothing will change and move forward. Everything that America is about moving forward. We will not have money put towards the issues that are important to us, and we will not have local leaders that support the causes that we are passionate about. Registering to vote is something that everyone has to do before they can cast their ballot. This is a voter registration form. The first page is a list of instructions that shows you how to fill out the form. The second form is the registration form itself. This shows all the information that you need to fill out. And finally, this is a list of addresses that you can send your form to. In Pennsylvania, people can register to vote online, by mail, or even stopping by their local DMV to pick up a registration form. There are several requirements that must be fulfilled in order to vote. One must be at least 18 years of age. You must be a United States citizen and not be convicted of a federal offense. That's easy for most people. The deadline for registering to vote in Pennsylvania is October 11th. If you're not old enough to vote, strongly encourage your friends that are 18 to register. The more the people that go out to vote, the more the American people will be represented. If more people go out and vote, the American people will be represented and their voices will be heard and will contribute to society as a whole. If you choose to vote, you will have representation in government. If you vote, there will be factors that will benefit you. There will be politicians that support your ideals, and they will put money towards issues and organizations that are important to you. America is democracy and is stronger when everybody is represented. If you do not vote for the candidate that supports your causes, another candidate will be elected that has opposite views as you. They may come up with policies that you do not agree with. Money will not go to causes that are important to you, and you will not have representation in government. What you need to do now is register to vote by October 11th and then do your civic duty by November 4th and vote. To conclude, voting is the right of every citizen. People don't vote, and this is a problem because their voice is not heard in government. Remember, what you need to do is register to vote by October 11th, and then election day is November 4th to go out and vote. See you at the polls.